One day I was sitting curbside, Gene Leahy Mall, downtown Omaha, Nebraska, if you know it, and just smelling spaghetti works across the street. It was so delicious. Get out of here, fly. And in an instant, I can remember this car just skidding in, and this gothic girl stepping on out, popping her trunk and going to the back and pulling out this little cow prod that goes to 50,000 volts for a taser. She walked right up to this planter that had at the time a cast iron gate going around the top that people used as the back rail, sitting on top of a 3-foot tall brick area, circling this tree. And this tree that they were circling, y'all, there was about 15 to 20 people sitting in this circle with her back leaned against it. And she took this cow prod and just went right on this metal, and about 20 people immediately burst right off of it onto the ground. I mean, of course, a few of them piddled to themselves, but she just stood there and said, "Move away from my area, yuppies," and just raised that cattle prod and glared at them while watching them all scatter away. I mean, this was 2001, and she still stood her ground, as I just sat there on the ground, about 10 feet behind her, laughing so hard. I mean, it got me thinking, when was the last time that you can remember a it got me thinking, when was the last time that you can remember a conversation that rendered a person completely quiet just because you stayed silent, or because what you were observing, one side of them stayed silent inside of that argument? Have you even encountered this yet before in life? Because it is a sight to behold. Because I'm telling you, this really teaches us that the activation of silence is a powerful tool in communication. I mean, but what truly activates this properly? Because one must first properly weigh the cost of a situation before applying any type of authority against. How else do you know how to get the job done correctly in that moment? So what am I saying here? Well, your values are not proven by belief. They're declared by what you're willing to lose. I mean, so in turn, cost is where your values become real. They're not spoken nor defended. They are paid in full through all of your sacrifice. Sacrificing your time, your access, your comforts, or even your approval and positioning in life. So to be clear, if nothing is at risk, then alignment, it hasn't occurred. So yeah, I changed my shirt. Okay. Why? Because ain't not one of you told me I got pollen all over myself. Do you know how hard it is to get pollen out of linen? I gotta sit there and beat it with a brush and soap now. It's okay. Worth it. Did you see that bouquet? Oof. Let me tell you, the person who bought it, happy.
Truth ain't weak. Beige be bleak. Truth never dies, never ever.
What in the cyber donkey you doing here so late?
How's it going?
Why are you doing?
I see face.
No.
No!
Why are you here so late, bro? What's up? Well, I'm working as always, and you're late as always.
Bro.
Sorry job ran late into the night. And those poor souls, all caught in the rain, looking like KISS members drugged in mud.
How dare you? Did you at least tell him where to buy some waterproof makeup?
And why would I do that? It takes all the fun away. Silly fools. So what's on the agenda today?
Today's agenda.
Hope it's fun.
Well, today's agenda is external tool 4 and 5, as we keep continually to dismantle the self-help industry misuses and loop cycles. For today, we are talking about cost and authority. So, come on, everybody. Follow me and let's see what happened, what went wrong, and where must we correct it and place it accurately. So many people just talk around the cost of life. And no, we're not just talking about money and financial circumstances, although that does play its own role. Because cost, it truly is a confirmation. It states where you stand in any situation throughout life. And it confirms the areas which your integrity backs. So cost is the things that you would never trade, the 1 to 3 things in life that you would never back away from, that you would never just mute to keep peace. That never works, does it? So cost truly only appears after your inner roots have anchored, and after your truth is lived and your integrity is held. Which in turn shows us that after your discipline is sustained, your strength becomes available, eternal and externally. And then and only then does the true cost arrive. And it's not as a punishment, but it's as a confirmation, something that we have spoken before in other videos. So people who constantly argue their values are not anchored. Because when you are truly anchored, your actions absorb all costs quietly. They do not threaten nor persuade any particular values, nor do they explain any particular value. Because your integrity is eternal. It's personal. It's something that you're not sharing to the rest of them, which is why your stance is the way it becomes. So cost and values stand while all other systems externally adjust around them. And this begins to filter all of that alignment, so those who share similar values and goals remain for you. And those that don't align simply fall away. No conflict, just different chapters of your life without them. That's all. And this is what we call the gravity of cost. And this is also something that most of you and most of the world completely avoids. And because it's simply doing the real work. I mean, don't be afraid of the real work, y'all. Because this is just merely another cycle. It's testing your alignment to see if what you did and what you chose was just temporary, or if this is now your new way of living, which we call structural. So if cost creates any type of resistment, this truly means misplacement still exists. And in turn, if those costs create even more clarity, this means your alignment is utterly correct. Just correct. So let's put it this way. Cost is the receipt of all of your truth embedded in your actions. All actions of integrity providing value not for any theatrical sakes. They are lived, creating personal authority, which isn't just volume nor mere presence. No. Authority is the power of restraint. It's not positioning, because restraint is just held once, and costs are evaluated and agreed upon. And this is where the system re-anchors. And this is where so many people start mistaking authority for control, which is insecurity wearing brute force. And this is what we're trying to avoid. So let's be brutally real here for just one moment. True authority is conditional, because it only surfaces when alignment is threatened, when continuity is at risk and chaos would spread without correction. So that weakens the system. Otherwise, all things stay eternal, because silence is authority's true intake. Let me explain. Because before speaking, authority, it stays quiet, it listens. And this is mastery of leadership. And this silence within the listening is simply not to agree, but to detect. And what are we detecting here? Detection where alignment already exists and where tension is truly hiding, and where intervention would actually help or harm. Silence and listening does that. So speaking last is truly not politeness. It's data acquisitioning, and I know every single one of you understand that phrase. So silence truly compresses signal for understanding. Say what? And so this is where all the real noise starts dropping, and then contradictions reveal themselves. And this is the moment that coherence truly emerges. And then and only then can authority speak through you. And when it does, it uses as few words as possible. Because authority does not persuade, it orients. And once orientation is clear, self-behavior simply corrects across the board. So let's also make this brutally clear that authority that must be explained was also already leaking. Because authority that must be repeated was never properly placed. And this truly tells us that the assessment of issues at hand was never properly addressed. So again, when authority is correct, your speech is minimal, your actions are decisive. And those explanations weaken the effect because now everybody knows their role. So authority is not held for comfort, it is held for continuity. And when the system stabilizes, authority recedes back in to its silence. Because authority is not a role, it is a function only used when needed.
Truth never dies, never ever, never dies. Truth never dies, never ever, never dies. Truth ain't weak, beige bitches be bleak, Truth ain't weak, vague signal is bleak, Truth never dies.